This morning I wanted to come and congratulate all the forces in Po, and by extension, the entire region. Congratulations on the work you've done. This is one of the most pacified regions, and that doesn't mean it's over. I also encourage you to continue the fight. This is a very dense area with a lot of forest. You have certainly managed to push back the enemy who tried to establish themselves here, and I hope you continue to patrol these forests to ensure there are no attempts at a return. So, I say congratulations, but also my encouragement for what's next. I hope I'm making myself clear. It's not because the enemy can no longer penetrate that it's over. This is guerrilla warfare. And here, we are at the National Commando Training Center. A commando knows what infiltration means. So, the enemy is capable of infiltrating. You must take this into account and remain constantly vigilant. After this, I want each of you to reflect on your commitment. Your commitment, because a war has been imposed on us, and today more than ever, I believe all combat forces must understand why we are fighting. I often tell element leaders to explain to their men why we are fighting. We don't fight because we want to fight. We fight because we've been attacked. A war has been imposed on us. And why has this war been imposed on us? I think everyone needs to understand this. It's because they want our land without us. And this didn't start today. It has always been this way for Africa. Remember slavery, where many Africans were deported, especially the strong, those of childbearing age, who were deported. Many died, and Africa was emptied. Then came the era of colonization, where they deported themselves to our lands, massacred us, massacred our ancestors, killed as many as possible. Africa has been colonized multiple times, and today more than ever, it's a new form of colonization. And why does Africa suffer so much? Because we have riches that interest the imperialists. I think each and every one of you must understand this. If you are able to put yourselves on the front line, to fight to the supreme sacrifice, as they say, it means you understand the meaning of your commitment. You have come to defend the nation, to protect this land that our ancestors bequeathed to us. Our predecessors wrote the anthem, and I think when you listen to the Burkinabe anthem, it begins with against, because they opposed several forms of colonization. The Burkinabe are against humiliation. We are against all forms of domination. The Burkinabe are against neo-colonialism. And you must take all of this into account to understand that they wrote the anthem to oppose a certain number of facts in this world. And they defended this land and bequeathed it to us. And our duty is to fight and defend our lands, also to bequeath them to our children. Today we are fighting, but not necessarily for ourselves, but for our children. Who here doesn't love their child? For those who have children, everyone loves their child. If danger were to befall a child, the father prefers to take the danger to spare the child. This is to say that the father prefers to die so that his child survives. So, we are fighting today for future generations, to bequeath them better lands so that they can live at ease. So there is no holding back in this fight. We will oppose everything these dominators want to impose on us, and you must continue to fight for that. Listen carefully to our anthem, and it should give you more motivation. Commit yourselves, because I often say, Burkina Faso is very rich. Today, we have grown in numbers in the armed forces, in the internal security forces, and in terms of equipment. We have also made many efforts. But where did we get these resources? Understand that there was mismanaged wealth, and there is even more. Because as some people think or can imagine, there is no bank in this world where you can go and get a loan to pay for armaments. There isn't one. They don't lend money in this world to go and pay for armaments. If you want to arm yourselves, you must use your own funds. But in the recent past, we were projected. We weren't armed like this. Far from it. I think there are many elders here who have experienced the same thing, who can advise the younger ones about what we lived through just yesterday and what we are living through today. And that should give you the motivation to fight. And that is very important. Fight for your lands. Fight to bequeath a better Burkina Faso to future generations. Fight so that we can exploit our resources decently and that it benefits us. We have launched several initiatives. Our parents in the village are more or less happy with everything we do for them in terms of agriculture, because the majority of our population is agricultural, for everything we are doing in terms of road infrastructure, to be able to move around and everything. But all of that is with our resources. You look at images of other countries, and you would like your country to also resemble those so-called developed countries. Do you think it's impossible? Well, it's possible. I was telling someone 2 years ago, I said that in other countries, even hospitals for animals are often better equipped than our hospitals that treat us, in terms of equipment and all. But what have we done to be at this level? Well, we are going to catch up and surpass them. This is what led us to launch programs also to build modern and equipped health centers. There's no reason for us to lag behind. This is to say that everything we do, there is the possibility of doing it. That's why we do it, and we will continue in this direction. Those who have the chance to go abroad for training and take photos by beautiful streets and beautiful buildings, it's possible here in Burkina Faso, and that's what we're going to do, so that you can live comfortably. But for that, you have to fight first. That's why I say you have to reflect on your commitment, listen to our anthem, and fight. You are very courageous, very combative, but often there are attitudes that cause unnecessary losses, notably the use of mobile phones. Those who prove incapable of changing, of putting down their phones during operations, we will remove them from our ranks and we will punish them severely. Because we will not allow someone's phone addiction to put the lives of others in danger. Imagine you are on detachment at your position. Good soldiers are on watch, concentrated at their posts. They finish, they come down, they have to rest. And a saboteur is at the post with their phone on TikTok or 1xBet until the enemy approaches, attacks, and the good soldiers can die in their sleep. Do you want us to keep them in our ranks? Is that what you want? Then we will remove them from our ranks and we will punish them. I have already given instructions to military commanders to identify, as much as possible, those who have this addiction, who cannot part with their phones. We will remove them and we will punish them because what they are doing is criminal. We cannot tolerate that. Of course, we raise awareness, but we cannot tolerate it. You can keep small phones. That's just to call family. But if there's no reason for it, we'll deal with those who have parents who are magistrates, or others who perhaps participate in tribunals that judge terrorists. They can inquire with them, whether in the tribunals, whether it's terrorists taken prisoner in combat, whether it's those who surrender. All of them unanimously tell us that they managed to succeed in certain attacks because of the excessive use of phones by our soldiers. So, if there isn't this awareness to get rid of them, we will take strict action. So, in a short time, you will surely see people dismissed, perhaps in prison, because they are putting the lives of others in danger, and they cannot part with them. In any case, it's quite clear. There is a note from the military hierarchy that prohibits phones during operations. After the awareness phase comes the repression phase. We will not tolerate people putting the lives of others in danger, even your own life that you put in danger with the phone. You don't have the right, because you don't belong to yourself. A soldier belongs to the army. You don't belong to yourself. You don't have the right to do what you want. You do what the army wants. So everyone must be able to pass on the message so that we can combat this phenomenon. If I say it so emphatically, it's because it's quite serious. It often negates your courage. And it often leads to us losing good fighters because they were at rest, and a false fighter caused the enemy to approach and attack and find them unprepared. So fight this excessive use of the phone and pass on the message as clearly as I am passing it to you, to your comrades. I know that here you will find soldiers of all ranks. Pass this message as clearly as possible. And also those who are intoxicating the ranks, because they are perhaps also intoxicated by the stateless individuals who are surely abroad and who continue to fight Burkina Faso on social networks through the media and all. You must be very careful when someone tells you not to fight. They want to subjugate you. Do you want to be a slave? Do you want to be dominated? So you must fight. There is no other solution. The Burkinabe will not negotiate with their enemy. We will fight and we will win. That is the only thing that can prevail. There will not be a single hour of negotiation with anyone whatsoever. These are our lands. We will fight. Those who have come to attack us will die on this land. We will not give up anything, absolutely anything, not even a single square centimeter. Continue to prepare yourselves, to remain always on alert, even if you are not in operation. You must remain on alert because at any moment you can be in operation. You must prepare for combat, and this war should not last any longer, because we will do everything possible for the combat to regain a certain intensity and annihilate this enemy. Congratulations to all the forces who are fighting, and I hope you continue to work in unison with the civilian population, because it is very, very important. We didn't necessarily experience this love between the army and the civilian population years ago. It wasn't easy. There were endless small quarrels in the neighborhoods. But today, the army and the population are united, and that is the essential factor for the success of operations. That way, you have the information, the intelligence, as needed. You are supported morally, you are supported psychologically, so there is no reason to be disheartened. There is no reason not to push forward, not to continue. Continue to cultivate this love with the population. Continue to help them, continue to participate in uniting them also. Because our past decades of bad politics have contributed to weakening our different social causes, to dividing people often over futile issues. And your role also is to contribute today to uniting them, because your voices carry weight. Civilians believe in you today. When a soldier stands up and speaks to a dozen civilians, they listen, and it is easier for civilians to put into practice what you are telling them. So each of you must be an ambassador of peace and cohesion for our civilian brothers and continue to play this role. Also, take advantage of these moments of love among us. Talk to them. Bring them to unite, to be able to let go of certain divisions that were born solely from politics. And you must contribute to this, because being a soldier is not just about holding a weapon, running, killing. No, you are trained beyond that. If you are defending a homeland, it means that you embody all these values, and that you must also be able to exploit them to unite your civilian populations. Good training for those who are still in training. Good luck. Don't lose morale. It's tough here, but only the tough make it through. And you are tough, and you must make it through. For those who are in the field, I wish you the best of luck in your operations, and continue to scour the different forests to detect any infiltrations. Continue to protect these populations who believe only in you, who count only on you. May God accompany you in your different missions. May God protect you throughout your different battles. May you return safe and sound to tell us the stories of the battles, and may we build our Burkina Faso as we wish it. The homeland or death.
Captain Ibrahim Traoré's address to the troops at Camp Captain Thomas Sankara in Po is not merely a military briefing. It is a landmark declaration of Pan-African resistance, revolutionary leadership, and uncompromising patriotism. In this powerful speech, Captain Traoré articulates a vision that cuts across colonial scars and neo-colonial threats, offering clarity on why Africa must defend its sovereignty at all costs. His message on sovereignty is absolute. We will not negotiate with our enemy. We will fight, and we will win. These words reflect a bold departure from the politics of compromise that have weakened so many African states. In Captain Traoré's Burkina Faso, there will be no deals with terrorists, no appeasement of foreign interests, and no surrender of an inch of land. For Africa to rise, sovereignty must be sacred. Traoré shows the courage and clarity to enforce that principle on the battlefield and in national development. He understands that revolution is not only won on the battlefield, but also in the hearts of the people. He urges his soldiers to become ambassadors of peace, unity, and national cohesion. He speaks against the poison of ethnic division, elitism, and foreign propaganda. By promoting harmony between the army and the people, Traoré is restoring a bond that many African nations have lost. A united army and civilian population is the foundation of any sovereign state, and Traoré knows this. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not simply defending Burkina Faso, he is defending the African dream. A dream where African soil is not occupied, African resources are not stolen, and African children are not condemned to poverty by external masters. His leadership is a model of revolutionary clarity, moral courage, and developmental ambition. His message is clear. Sovereignty is not a slogan, it is a duty, and the time to protect it is now. Traoré's words should echo in every capital across Africa. His fight is our fight. His stand is a call to all African nations. The homeland or death, we will win. Let that be the new Pan-African anthem.